So my name's Thomas Stiengrebe, and essentially what I do is I run a financial practice aimed at changing the way people think about their finances. And we kind of do that through a couple different ways. One of them is using cutting edge strategies, always making sure that we're up to date, using all the avenues available to us. One of the other important things is we have really in-depth conversations with our clients. We like to go below the surface, really find out who they are as people and what makes them tick. And kind of the third way is always educating ourselves, whether that's with new licenses, designations like CFP, or just through using a lot of different outlets, right? It's important to use everyone around you. Really, my objective when kind of starting this practice was to build meaningful and long-lasting relationships with my clients. I think that's really important. And my number one goal is to put my clients, whether they're single, married, business owners, I want to put them in the best situation possible, no matter what their circumstances in life. Really kind of first and foremost is I knew I wanted to make an impact, whether that was in my community, whether that was in my college or whatever area that I can help within, that was my goal. I wanted to bring up a conversation that's difficult. It's not talked about enough. It's not taught in schools. Most younger people like myself don't have it growing up. I think that was kind of one of the driving forces, and the industry allowed me to do that. So as a business owner, I have complete autonomy, and really what that allows me to do is best serve my clients. I don't have to answer to anyone other than myself and my clients. I think as far as the industry as a whole, there's really three things that drive a good professional in this industry. One is being goal oriented. Know where you're going, know how to get there. You've got to be driven. Got to have a purpose in life, got to wake up every morning, whether you're an early riser, like at 5, or if you're a late start at 10, always got to be driven in what you're doing, and you've got to have grit. Grit is probably one of the most important things you got to have there. So I don't think that my degree is directly correlated to my industry. I graduated the U of A with a communication degree. I do have a minor in finance, though, in a way that actually allows me to have the knowledge and the tools that I learned in those classes to understand how my clients think, right? Part of this job is just the nonverbal cues, the communication, as it is the financial knowledge. So really that degree is not necessarily correlated. I use it every single day. This industry is a bit different, and it's definitely a difficult one. I think this is one of the few industries, in my opinion, where we actually try to stay away from fads and trends simply because they cloud people's perceptions. One of the big one currently is, cryptocurrency, or GameStop was one, AMC was one, really trying to educate our clients and make logical decisions versus emotional ones. I think one of the best tools in the industry as a whole is being able to network. Relationships are everything. First and foremost, get yourself a great mentor, whether that's in the industry or out of it. Use people around you that have more experience, different experiences, and different viewpoints on life, and just take little nuggets from that. Take little nuggets from that, apply it to your own practice, apply it to your life, and that'll in turn really yield great outcomes for that. One of the things that I enjoyed most about the industry is just being able to make an impact for my clients. There's not really anything like being able to make a positive transformation for someone. I think probably one of the best ways to prepare for the industry is look at different outlets, look at different firms. There's really three main ones. I think there's the investment firms like the Merrill Lynches of the world, the Fidelities of the world. They solely focus on just managing money. One of the other sides of it is an insurance company, things like Allstate or State Farm. Those companies is a financial institution, but they solely focus on the defensive side, life insurance, disability insurance. Then there's kind of the third sector of that, which are integrated planning firms, like the one I work through, which is Northwestern Mutual. We focus on holistic planning, using both investments and insurance to create kind of an offense and a defense. If you're a fan of any sport, got to have both to have a successful team. But those are kind of the three main avenues and a little bit about the industry. I would say the industry standard is you want to have what we call the SIE, which is the intro to securities. How does the stock market work? What does it take for a company to go public? You've got to have that. And that's actually the only license that you can get without being attached to a firm yet. But the other ones that go along with that is there's some top off exams like the Series 6 and the Series 7. Both allow you to sell mutual funds, different securities. There's a couple nuances between those. And then there's other ones for if you want to go into investment banking or be a financial analyst, things like that. As far as designations, they basically take elements of the financial world and take a deeper dive into them. But there's always designations. There's always different licenses that you can get. Really, it depends on where you want to take your business or where you want to go in the industry. The one piece of advice is, I said relationships and networking are two of the most important things in the industry. Be friends with anyone and everyone. Go to networking events, go to career fairs, talk to the person next to you in class the first day, even as weird as it might be, make as many friends as possible. Be friends with everyone. Relationships are everything. As far as actually getting your foot in the door with somewhere, I would say go to either an insurance company, an investment company, or an independent owner of a business like myself. We're always looking to hire new advisors and train them and mentor them. It's being able to be a little bit diligent, take rejection, take the answer no, and being able to kind of get up and continually making those calls, making those connections, and using every resource possible to you. I loved my time at the U of A. It was fantastic. I always go back there at least a couple times a year. Helps me escape the Seattle rain for one. But one thing the U of A brought me that I really cherished was early on, I talked about I strive to find my purpose first and the industry second. That was one thing, and kind of that qualitative thing we can't put a number on, that I was able to do just through the culture of the U of A, through the athletic department, the academic department, being able to understand different walks of life, different classes, different experiences, and kind of find my purpose, which that's truly what college is for. One of the other things that really made it natural is just the social nature of the campus. You could talk to anyone on campus. They were nice, they were friendly, they wanted to get to know you. Being kind of a social butterfly was really what helped me develop those meaningful relationships that, I'm able to bring some on as clients now and help them, or hopefully create opportunities in the future.